Hello and welcome back to Football Talk, the podcast, and it's myself, Dave, once again with Josh. Hopefully you are there. Are you present?
I am present, I'm here, and ready and roaring to go after a week of football has passed us again.
Well, not just any old week of football though, Josh, is it? The Premier League has finished, the FA Cup has happened, that is over. It's all tumbling down just towards European football being left in our football calendars, and how does that make you feel?
Oh my goodness. Nervous. Very nervous. So nervous that in fact it's just watching the FA Cup final yesterday and feeling slightly maybe a little bit sorry for Watford fans, thinking I'm not going to, if I knew any Watford fans I would not be kind of laughing in their face, because I am frightened, petrified that something similar will happen to Spurs in a few weeks' time.
Were you watching the FA Cup final hoping for a few injuries to Man City players, or not that it matters because you're playing Liverpool? So I don't know why I've asked that question. What a ridiculous question to ask. Had a little bit of a brain fart there, listeners.
I watched the match thinking I hope Kevin De Bruyne comes on and finish off his season on a high, and my did he.
Oh, he did,
so
yeah.
should we get into the news, shall we?
Yeah, go on and get into the news. Save my blushes, yeah.
Yeah, so we FA Cup final. We'll work in reverse order. So FA Cup final happened, and oh dear. I mean, I saw it coming, and then it kept on coming and coming and coming. It was just...
There was always a bit of me in the back of my mind
pretty.
that was like, oh, this could be a Wigan all over again. Like, being outplayed and Wigan nicking it. And when Pereira ran through with that chance one-on-one, as soon as Ederson saved that, you were like, yeah, that's it. That's your one chance. That's the moment you had to take to get the goal. And then Man City just ran riot, didn't they? It was easy.
It was easy. That's the thing. I mean, Watford came out the second half playing pretty well. They were 2 goals down at that point. They were playing pretty well and not really creating anything clear cut. But then it was really like De Bruyne came on and was just like, I'm doing this, and he's got that drive in him. I read his Players Tribune article the other day, and he has just got an absolute drive in him just to turn it on, and he did. He scored a couple, set up a couple. It was just
it was a ridiculous.
It was just rampant. He kept on driving through. It's like Watford just damage limitation now. You're not going to get back in this, but it was constantly like, oh, City have got another 3-on-3, or even worse, 3-on-2 or something. It's just like, oh god, it was just awful. And the bits that stick in my mind are when City scored their 6th, they cut to Guardiola on the bench, and he had his head in his hands.
Yeah.
Almost like he was ashamed that they'd gone and scored 6.
They're already dead.
Yeah. First time I saw it, was it 6 since 1903 or something? The first time ever at Wembley. And then also, I think it was after the 4th or 5th goal, you see Vincent Kompany walking back past Troy Deeney, and he's doing that kind of grimace, that kind of like, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we're just quite good. Yeah.
It was just an app. I think I described it in a chat I've got into as a mauling. I think that's the word I used. An absolute mauling. It was just. Obviously, I didn't stay up to watch it. There was no need to stay up to watch it for me. But I watched the highlights, and it was just relentless. Absolutely relentless. And it's they're fully in their right to do that. There's nothing in the rules to say they've got to stop scoring goals. And
no,
I mean, domestic treble, the first time it's ever happened, is it? In the men's football, obviously in women's football, as Guardiola did point out in his press conference, it has happened in women's football. So, is it?
Although I think it was the City Twitter described it as a quadruple.
Yeah,
domestic quadruple, because they won the Community Shield. It's like, oh come on, I'm even struggling putting the Carabao Cup in that. It's just, yeah.
But do you reckon can they do it again next season? They're only going to get stronger, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know what? Part of me, and especially if we don't win it, part of me feels guilty for knocking them out of the Champions League and stopping them being able to complete the quadruple. I honestly do. I think this is one of the greatest sides of all time, and Spurs wangled their way into it past them in the Champions League. I feel a little bit guilty.
Wangled their way into it. I mean, but that's what I mean though. They're not going to get this City squad isn't going to get weaker, is it? It's their players are wage.
They've got 2 years left because Guardiola's contract's up in 2 years, and they need to. Yeah,
it's just incredible.
Sean.
So, breaking news, if you've just seen it, Vincent Kompany is going to leave. That's his last game for the club. Just been announced.
Oh my!
7 minutes ago.
Interesting.
It's just been announced. So yeah, he is going to be leaving the club. I hope he goes back to Anderlecht or Hamburg.
Anderlecht, yeah.
And like, you know, goes back to his roots where it all sort of started. That would be very nice. But
I always like a full circle journey in football.
Yeah. What do you reckon though? MLS, China.
What is he? 33. Body isn't exactly.
He's not in peak, is he?
Well, he's not failing him, but it's not exactly. It's hindering him a little bit. And could he do a John Terry and drop down league? And I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'll watch with intrigue as his career plans come out.
Yeah, I think
next, few weeks.
I can't see him staying in England.
Is he going to keep playing?
I think he'll keep playing. Yeah. I think he'll keep playing. I think he'll go MLS. I think he'll go to the MLS or something, and give that a go. Maybe China. I don't want to see him go to China, and he doesn't strike me as the sort of person that would go to China. But maybe. No. You never know.
Do you know what? I've got a feeling he would go to MLS, but also study at like Harvard or Cornell or something like that.
Yeah.
Just, because he's a kind of scholared man, isn't he? So I think I reckon he can see him combining the two there.
I definitely think we'll see him as a coach or something in the future. I think we'll see him come back to English shores, or definitely European shores, as a coach of some description in football, and work on it in a. I don't know. He could be a good example to do like a sports management course at a university, like you said, and then come back as like a sporting director or something. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, but all right. Anything else in the news?
Well done, City. Yeah. Well, we'll go back then to the final day of the Premier League season, shall we? I mean, I saw afterwards what happened. BBC put in the dramatic final day City win the title. I was like, you're really stretching it there.
Yeah.
I know Brighton took the lead and therefore City were losing and Liverpool winning. So Liverpool were on top at one point, but it was not dramatic because City levelled within like 90 seconds and then ran out 4-1 winners. So it went out with a bit of a whimper, didn't it, for me?
Yeah, I think it just sort of went out how everyone was expecting it to anyway. I think the only upset that sort of happened on the day was that Brighton actually scored. It's just sort of a weird scenario. Yeah, I think Liverpool had the title was going to Anfield for 9 minutes, I think it was, in between when Liverpool scored their goal and then Man City scored 2 against Brighton. It was like 9 minutes or something, or 19 minutes or something like that. So yeah, it was a bit of a. Went to the pub and watched it. It was good atmosphere. It was quite funny to see all the Arsenal fans come around and look at the Man City TV. Arsenal, what's wrong with me today? Liverpool fans going around and seeing the Man City TV every time a little bit of noise went off or something like that. It was quite funny. So
yeah,
but yeah, all in all.
What were the United fans doing in that bar?
The United fans. I was crying, Josh. I was laughing by that point. I think I'd had so much beer. That yes, as the news filtered through, that the mighty Cardiff City, with one of the best managers I've ever seen in the Premier League under Neil Warnock,
absolutely,
came to our home turf and beat us 2-0. I mean, yeah, Man United season's over. We don't need to talk about it. It's done.
Just one question then. Right. Will Ole be in charge first game of the season next year?
Oh yes, yeah. He'll be in charge first game of the season next season. Whether he's in much longer after that, I don't know. But yeah. So.
I mean, it was the usual final day craziness when Palace beat Bournemouth 5-3.
Yeah,
that's the kind of games.
What was that about?
Yeah,
that was mental.
Final day.
And the Bournemouth goalkeeper Tavers went from keeping a clean sheet to conceding 5 or 4-3.
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
That makes me. Yeah.
So a bit of other news for you, just very quickly. The transfers have started. Have you seen? Bournemouth have already signed a new, is it a fullback, I think, from Bristol City for 13 million, spending the cash on another English under 21-year-old, to go along with Jordan Ibe and who else have they bought that's English? Klein and Solanke. Yeah, they've bought Lloyd Kelly. So who is quite highly rated. He apparently had quite a number of clubs after him, but yeah, do you reckon that's a pull of like an English manager and the fact that he probably will start or he'll be closer to the first team if he unless he moved to like a Spurs or a Man City or a Liverpool, where he'd have to build up through it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just the fact that he gets to play in a good footballing side. He thinks there's going to be stability there rather than, because at the moment you'd say, well, Bournemouth don't stand a chance of getting relegated because what's changed? They're going to strengthen a little bit. Same manager. They finish kind of lower, kind of like 12th to 16th most years. I'm not going to be in a relegation battle. I'm going to play good football. A manager is well regarded, so it's a safe move, I think, to get some Premier League football under your belt.
Yeah, cool. I'd have to agree with you. Other transfer news, obviously, Antoine Griezmann has said that he's leaving the club without actually announcing the transfer that's going to complete him moving away from the club, which I find a little bit strange. First off, question for you: where is he going? I think there's one obvious answer. Second question: what are your thoughts on Griezmann?
It's Barcelona. It seems like the way. And I've never actually been that big of a fan.
I'm the same.
It's nothing. I suppose he's quite matter of fact, isn't he? His style of play. There's nothing overly flashy about it. He works very hard. He scores vital goals for him. But there's nothing really endears him to me. There's nothing that I think I would love you at my club. But I mean, a year on since he said he wasn't going to leave. I mean, this little documentary about it.
Yeah. He signed a 5-year contract when he signed the new deal, and there was a new release fee put into it, and yeah, he got booed off, didn't he, in the final game of the season, or the final game at the Metropolitano, or I think, is that right? Is that the stadium name of Atletico Madrid? I think it is. And he got booed off in their final. Wanda, that's it, Wanda Metropolitano. Booed off, which is probably not what you want in your final home game to a club that you've been at for your whole career. So, yeah.
But this kind of triggers this is the early trigger of lots of big moves for me.
Oh, go on then. What's the roundabout? What's going to happen?
Well, I think that it will just mean that Barcelona, obviously, if in buying him, will have to sell someone, and obviously then Atletico Madrid have a lot of cash and they'll need to replace the striker. So, whether they get Morata, I suppose it might. But they'll have a lot of money at their disposal. I think Coutinho would be out, and maybe even we might have to have a look at Dembele again, because both those £100 million plus moves have done absolutely nothing, have they?
No, yeah.
But I saw during the week that there's a rumour, I suppose transfer ban dependent, but Coutinho to Chelsea really wouldn't surprise me. That seemed to fit quite well.
Okay, I'm not sure if he'd fit Sarri ball. Yeah, it would be an interesting move.
I suppose he's quite an individual player, isn't he?
Yeah, and I guess they'll probably have money to burn because of Hazard going, or likely to go.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a big summer of transfers because we've got no World Cup, no Euros. There is a Copa America, but I think there's a number of non-European players, base players out of that. But Real Madrid are rebuilding. I mean, United are going to splash some cash on some Europa League players. Obviously, we have this Griezmann leaving piece, but I think it's going to be a big summer.
Spurs might buy someone.
Yes, Spurs have got at least £5 to spend, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Although rumour is that is Tanguy and Ndombele.
From Lyon.
Ndombele. That is the biggest rumour at the moment. Which I would be so happy with.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So, what else has caught your eye in the news? Anything else out there?
I was wondering how you felt. Ander Herrera has confirmed he's leaving.
I'm very sad.
He's been in the offing. Very sad, yeah?
Yeah, I think he was... I was going to say underrated at Man United. I think at Man United he was actually rated quite highly. And I think he saw what Sanchez did to the wage structure and then didn't want to... have any less. I mean, it's the age-old argument. Sorry, that no one's bigger than the club, and no one should be worth more value than the club feels. But then Sanchez sort of skewed all of that. So, as a player, I'm very sad to see him go. I think he'll be quite hard to replace. He was always quite like a leader on the pitch. He seemed, and very keen to get involved and do whichever manager he had. He was very keen to do whatever they said, basically, like do the basics, and that's what Ander Herrera used to do really well. And I think he'll be missed. And I think if it's is it confirmed that it's PSG? Has that actually been confirmed that he's going?
I'm not sure if that bit's actually been confirmed.
Yeah, I know.
It's definitely what I'm thinking, but whether I've actually seen with 100% confirmation of it is another thing.
Yeah, because I've seen he's confirmed that he's going, but I don't think it's confirmed it's PSG. But it might well be to replace Rabiot, because Rabiot's obviously leaving PSG. But
yeah,
I think they've got themselves a very good player in Herrera, a very good, like, undervalued is probably the best way to describe it.
He's a team player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a water carrier sort of thing. He does the dirty work that not a lot of people get praised for. And I will miss him. I think he'll be a big loss in the centre of midfield for Man United. Because I also don't think Scott McTominay is the person to replace him. But I've covered that numerous times on the podcast. So yeah.
All right. Well, we had the thing caught my eye. We had the Chelsea charity match during the week, and it left an imprint on Ruben Loftus-Cheek because he suffered an Achilles injury, the same as Hudson-Odoi, and he's probably now out of any games until well into the new season, I think.
Yeah, I think it's ruled him out of the Nations League, isn't it? The Nations League finals that are going on, and it's just stupid. Why go and do it? Yeah, why go and do it? Why? I mean, yes, or go and play it and just send the kids. Like, I can understand if it was arranged, or when it's arranged, put a clause in there that says, like, if yes, we'll go and play if that's our season finished. Because, like, what if let's say Chelsea had got into the FA Cup final, they wouldn't have played it, would they? Because the FA Cup final was yesterday and the friendly was on Thursday, so they definitely wouldn't have played it then. So there must have been some sort of clause in there, but I don't know. They put themselves into a catch-22 because it was for a charity. And now I'm not saying don't go and do things for a charity if something like the Europa League is there or anything like that, but you can have a sensible outcome to it that means you still play some part of the game or donate some money or something. I mean, people would understand, wouldn't they? You don't want players getting injured before the Europa League final, and it's just stupid. It's just absolutely stupid. I haven't seen the lineup they actually played. Have you seen it? Was it a complete starting 11?
No, I haven't actually seen the lineup. No,
I don't know.
I've seen the state of the pitch though. The pitch was awful.
Yeah, well, it was a baseball stadium, I think, wasn't it? So let me just quickly Google the starting 11 because it was New England Revolution they played, so it should be quite easy to find. Well, I mean, Ross Barkley got 2 and Olivier Giroud scored 1, so they must have played a pretty strong lineup. They played, oh my god, they played Kepa in goal, Zappacosta, Christensen, Luiz, Alonso, Kovacic, Jorginho, Barkley, Hazard, Giroud and Pedro. That's their starting team. So yeah, they didn't go easy. They literally played their starting team.
They did not go easy, no.
That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, yeah.
I suppose if you've been forced to make the journey, just to make the most of it and have it as a proper
Did you
match.
say it was Loftus-Cheek that got injured, didn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
He didn't actually play. So he must have got injured in training over there.
No, he must have played, Dave.
No, he's not in the starting... I've got it right in front of me, Josh. He didn't play in the starting 11 and he didn't come off the bench because he hasn't got a little green arrow by his name. I'm telling you, he didn't come on. The subs they brought on: Higuain, Chalobah, Reece James, Willian, Azpilicueta, Rob Green came on, Palmieri and Conor Gallagher came on.
Rob Green, yes.
Rob Green got an appearance out in New England. That's what everyone wanted in New England. He never came on. Oh, yes he did. They've just fucked up the starting lineup, yeah. He came on and then came off, so they probably don't have a graphic for it. Fuck you know. I'll tell you what, this podcast made a right twat of me, isn't it?
It's the podcast's fault. Sorry, bloody podcast.
Bloody podcast.
I can dance like an idiot with mixing clubs up. Only counting 10 players on a pitch. Blimey.
Oh, right. Let's move on. Unless there's anything else in the news.
Let's move on. I've got. Oh well, Chris Hughton sacked.
Oh yes, Chris Hughton getting sacked. Good decision, I think.
I think bad decision. I think Brighton are now.
Hang on. I think they were going to get relegated anyway. He had one game in 23 of their last 23 games or something, or maybe 3 games in the last 23 games. Yeah, it was. That's relegation form. That's sackable. That's sackable form. You can't have.
It is sackable. Yeah,
you can't have the.
I just can't see them attracting a manager who's going to do better. And
they're getting what's his name from Swansea. Is the rumour anyway? What is his name? What's his name? Potter. That's it. Yeah, Potter. Who's coming in? I don't probably won't keep them up. But I don't think Chris Hughton would have kept them up.
To fair, my statement: there are a fair few players in that Brighton side who should do a lot better. I mean, I like Yves Bissouma. I think Ikambash, probably one of the worst signings of the season, based on his being an attacking player and getting like 0 goals and assists.
Yeah,
there's definitely some potential there.
I think there is good potential. I was very disappointed in Ikambash because I put him in my fantasy football team from when they signed him, and I was like, oh.
Yeesh.
That was a disappointment. Well, he was really highly rated, wasn't he, in the Eredivisie out in Holland? So,
yes. But, it's a bit bipolar that though, isn't it? There's some players who are outstanding, and then there's Afonso Alves.
Very true. Very true. For every Luis Suarez there is an Afonso Alves. You've got to remember that. So, but yeah, I think the correct decision. I think they're fully within their rights to sack him with the form they have.
Yes, I think
2 points clear of the relegation zone, and how safe they were. There was 1 point, wasn't it, where they were like 9 points away from Cardiff, I think. And they just went tumbling down, and correct decision in my eyes. I think if it was, you can't have the like rose-tinted glasses about the past with what he's done getting them up. He got them up, and last year they played quite well, and they were very safe last year, if I remember correctly. And then this year, it was awful. It was awful. Correct decision in my eyes. Let us know what you guys think down below. Yeah, let us know what you guys think down below. It'll be interesting to get other people's thoughts on the Chris Hughton thing, because I know it's also very controversial in the sense that it's a black ethnic minority manager, and again it reduces the numbers of those managers in the Premier League. So yeah, but in my eyes the correct decision to sack him because it was relegation form.
Okay. So. All right. From one legendary manager leaving to another, Massimo Allegri is leaving Juventus. Yeah,
that came out of the blue, didn't it? Was not expecting that at all. It was very, very strange because said he wanted to stay and he was going to chat to the president about it. And obviously the president has made the decision that no, he's out the door, and it was their seventh straight title or 8th straight title for Juventus this year in Serie A, and it was clearly all banked upon the Champions League. And yeah, I don't know who's going into the role.
I don't know. Italy's quite weird with managers. They don't typically appoint anybody major from outside, so I imagine it's going to be could easily be some unknown Italian, or it's going to be Conte back in. But
do you reckon Mourinho?
I would like to have a guess at that one.
I mean, Champions League with Inter Milan will be on his CV. They might be seeing that.
What's his Ronaldo relationship like?
Pretty crap, apparently. But
I don't think I had to twist then and do that.
Yeah, fair enough. No, but
yeah, as you mentioned there, Juventus won their last 8 Italian leagues in a row. Bayern just won their title this weekend, didn't they? Make it 7 leagues in a row.
Oh yeah, and that's a good thing about Bayern. Yeah, 7 in a row. And with Bayern, they're also on a big rebuilding job as well. When you mentioned before about clubs that will be rebuilding, because they're losing Robben, Ribéry, and a couple of others as well in the midfield, I think. Obviously, they've brought in Lucas Hernandez at centre back / left back. But yeah, they'll be having a big rebuild job as well, so they'll be throwing some cash around, I'm sure.
Yeah, a couple of wingers. I wouldn't be surprised because Hakim Ziyech from Ajax has been told he can. He's allowed. Well, he's always been allowed to go if the right bid comes in, but wouldn't be surprised if he fills kind of Robben's boots maybe on the right wing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But just I was looking at it. So obviously you have Juventus 8 titles in a row, Bayern 7 in a row, PSG won 6 out of the last 7, Barcelona 7 out of the last 10. When I went a bit further, there's Benfica have won 5 out of the last 6, Celtic have won 8 in a row, Austria, Red Bull Salzburg have run 6 in a row. Makes pretty unenjoyable kind of watching for other fans, I imagine.
It does, and
which makes me quite happy around England. I know we've had City retain the title, when they may do for a few more years, but
yeah,
as soon as Pep leaves, it becomes very competitive again.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Man City will all depend on how they do when Pep leaves. I think they'll win. I can see them win the title every year that Pep's here, which is 2 more years. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because you never know what the summer holds either. And it's a shame that I think European football's going that way. Dortmund was pushing Bayern close and then sort of fell away. Nobody's pressed Juventus close for a long time.
Fell away dramatically, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And Rangers are still a long way from pushing Celtic, and no one else seems to be able to push them. It's a bit of a. I mean, I'll be honest, Josh, I don't know enough about the Austrian league to see if there's anyone pushing Red Bull Salzburg, but I'll probably say they're not because of the Red Bull money. But it's a very upsetting thing to see in football. Everyone loves a bit of competition, so
they do indeed. Another title race which is going on is in Turkey. So we have.
I swear you've got a little fascination with Turkey. You've raised it loads of times on the podcast.
I do like a bit of Turkey, but it's more. So Galatasaray in pole position.
Right.
Then second is Istanbul Başakşehir. I'm not very good at my pronunciations there. Also on 66 points, and they play each other today. And let me read out a couple of players on Istanbul Başakşehir's roster.
Yeah.
To keep it American, we have Gal Clichy.
Nice.
We have
Ilya.
Ilya
Adebayor. Yeah.
Demba Ba, and then one name which I think will surprise everybody here, unless they know it, Robinho.
No way. The Robinho.
The man everybody thought, if they're like me, was locked up in prison for rape, is playing in Turkey.
Yeah. What's that about? He definitely had a rape
once
trial.
under the appeal process. Yeah. Well, it's under the appeal process, so there's no sentencing until then, and so I think that's why.
Oh wow! Okay.
But, he's got 4 goals and 3 assists this season in 14 appearances.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's blown my mind that he's still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very strange.
Talking of rebuilding, I think these will need a bit of a rebuild. They got Robinho 35, Adebayor 35, they got Demba Ba 33, Elia 32.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me that's Emre Belzoglu. Oh my god, they've got Emre Belzoglu, who's 38.
Is it actually Emre? The famous Emre?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
The famous racist Emre, yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness, they got Gökhan Inler 34. They need
Gökhan Inler. I thought Gökhan Inler was 34 about 8 years ago.
Wow.
They
are old.
Yeah.
I got Manuel da Costa 33. Where was he left? Wow. They've got some old players, but they may yet win the Superliga in Turkey. They've got 2 games remaining and they're 11 on points. So imagine if they got the result today, I would almost certainly give them. You know what? I might even try and watch that match. It's at 5 o'clock English time. I'm going to see if I can get a stream for that bad boy.
Go for it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll update you. I'll update the listeners next week if they want to find out.
I'll be keen to see an update. I hear an update about that, Josh, next week. See how the Turkish league's gone down to the wire. See how it's going. Bloody hell. Ah, cool. Yeah, good update. I like that one. I mocked you for bringing the Turkish league into the podcast.
You did, didn't you?
But
There's a little bit of Turkish again, Josh.
Yeah.
You into Turkey.
I'm keen.
Like Christmas.
That's good. But right then.
Right.
Next up, news.
Quiz. Let's quiz it.
Oh, quiz it. Yeah, quiz it. Quiz. It's the quiz. That's not becoming a jingle. I'm not doing 2 jingles per podcast. That is not becoming a jingle.
Yes, you are, Dave. Quiz.
It's a quiz.
It's a snake.
Yeah, that's what it made me think of. Yeah, badger. Yeah. Anyway, right.
Mushroom.
What's the quiz then, Josh? Hit me.
The quiz. Okay, so we have completed the Premier League season. Tick. 20 teams competed. Tick. And each of those sides had someone who contributed most goals and assists to their side, didn't they, Dave?
They did.
Yes. And so for all 20 Premier League sides, I
Are
would
you
like you to
joking?
name their... Nope.
What?
I would like you to name their top contributor for goals and assists.
As in combined, or you want the top scorer and then the top assist? Combined. Okay, right. Okay. Man City.
So basically, I'm asking you to name every side's best attacking player.
Yeah, okay. Man City. Sergio Aguero.
Correct.
Okay, good.
29 contributions, 31% of their total.
Wow, very nice. Liverpool. Oh, this is tough because they've got Salah and they've got Mane, who both shared the golden boot. I'll go with Mane.
Oh, Dave.
Was it Salah?
Mane doesn't get assists. It's Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, okay.
Contributed 34% or 30 goal contributions.
Wow, okay. Chelsea was Eden Hazard. Gotta be.
Yes.
Yeah.
He won. He was top in the league. So in the if you rank it by percentage goal contribution, Chelsea's Eden Hazard comes out top at 49% of their goals, which is just crazy.
That is ludicrous.
And
yeah.
but that's so out of character for a top 6 side. The top 6 sides normally find themselves in the kind of middle of the league, but they haven't got one person overly contributing. So good luck next year, Chelsea.
Yeah, that is really bad. Yeah. Right, Spurs. Harry Kane.
Yes, although injured, he comes top with 21 goal contributions at 31%.
Now, Arsenal, even though Aubameyang got the joint golden boot, Lacazette had loads of assists, so I'm going to go Lacazette.
Loads of assists? No, you're going with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Oh, am I going with Aubameyang?
Oh,
okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay, right. Man United is Paul Pogba.
It is Paul Pogba. Well done, Dave. This is top 6, so you got that nailed on.
Yeah.
Obviously, it gets a little bit harder as you go on now.
Yeah. Wolves.
So 7th place was Wolves.
Now was Jimenez their top scorer?
Some may predict Wolves being a surprise packet last year.
They may have done, won't they? They may have done. We'll get onto that later. Yes. I'll go Raul Jimenez, but I think there's a midfielder that might have got a shit ton of assists, like Ruben Neves.
No, you're right. Raul Jimenez gets it.
Okay.
And that is at 43% of their.
Oh wow. Okay.
Their overall goals, joint second.
Yeah, large number. Everton, Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Yes, Gylfi Sigurdsson, 35% with 19 goal contributions.
Leicester will either be. I'll go the obvious Jamie Vardy.
Yes, he's having a party at 22 goal contributions, another 43%er.
Oh wow. West Ham, bloody hell. Oh man. Arnautovic.
Oh, he gets it.
Yeah.
Look at him go. But only 14 here, 27%. He kind of tailed off at the end of the year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Is that West Ham spreading them all around, or is it just West Ham not being very good and not actually scoring very many?
Well, no. I mean, they didn't score too many, did they? We were kind of middle of the road, but they were the kind of 9th, 10th highest goal scorers, I think.
Okay.
So, bad. Spread it around a bit, I think.
So I'm going to see if I can get all 20, Josh, straight off the bat. So Watford.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go with Delafeu.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, good. Crystal Palace, Zaha.
Obviously. 29%. Same as Delafeu. Both have 15 goal contributions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Newcastle, good guy Rondon.
Good guy Rondon. Again, worrying. He had 43%. If he's only on loan, what's going to happen there?
I hope they buy him. Bournemouth. Oh, Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, you're going to come unstuck here, I reckon. No.
Callum Wilson.
23 goal contributions.
Because Fraser's had such a good season, I thought his assists he might have got.
He did have a good season.
Good high number of assists, oh God, Burnley. Ashley Barnes.
Ashley Barnes for the win.
Yes.
Yeah, we have good guy Rondon, we have bad guy Barnes.
Yeah, nice, I like that. Southampton has got to be Nathan Redmond.
Oh, incorrect, David.
Oh.
Incorrect.
Oh, who's...
Let me just bring up the stats there. Oh, well, actually, I say incorrect. It's a tie, but I pulled through just for the top one, because of goals. So goals is a deciding factor, but Nathan Redmond is tied with Danny Ings on 10.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll let you have that one.
Thank you very much. Brighton, Glenn Murray.
Again, this is a worrying thing here. Glenn Murray, top with 40% of their goals, but I mean, Glenn Murray's getting on a bit. He's 35 now.
Yeah. Wow.
Will new manager may want to play differently, but they're immediately taking goals out the side.
Yeah. Cardiff.
Good luck.
Is it like Patterson?
No, it's not Patterson.
Mendes Lang?
No, it is Victor Camarasa.
Oh god, I was never going to get that. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I'm aiming for 19 out of 20. Fulham, Mitrovic.
Yes, Mitrovic.
Okay.
Again, worrying Fulham. He's probably going to leave, so they've got to replace that 41% somehow.
Yeah. All right, this is it. I need to get Huddersfield for my best ever quiz score. Come on.
And just so you know, his combined contribution here is 4.
For
Huddersfield.
It's not that new guy they signed. Who's that? Grant?
Is it that new guy? Carlin Grant.
Carlin Grant?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get in. I'll take that. 19
Wow,
out of
Dave.
20.
I thought I'd set you a hard challenge here, but you have absolutely smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. That's a question all about stats of this season, so I'm up to date on that. It's when you asked me about my club back in '99. That's when I struggle.
Noted. I'll do a contributions from 1999.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't even. I've written down on my pad and pen. I didn't write on my pen. I wrote down on my pad using my pen the word quiz, and that was it. Normally, I have answers scribbled all down where I've got it wrong and put lines through them and stuff like that. So not only did I smash the quiz and get 19 out of 20, I didn't wait. Well, I technically have wasted a page in my pad because I wrote quiz on it, but I can just cross that out and carry on. So
yeah,
good.
Use for other quizzes.
It can, yeah.
But as I mentioned, it's slightly worrying. So Chelsea obviously potentially losing Eden Hazard, contributed 49% of their goals. Jamie Vardy is Leicester's main contributor, but it's going to work to replace him. He's 32 now, so he's probably got maybe a couple seasons left, but they need to work out how they're going to replace those goals. Newcastle has yet to Rondon permanently. Wolves have obviously now signed Raul Jimenez permanently, and we'll mention Wolves slightly there because Wolves have now qualified for the Europa League, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
The results yesterday.
Yeah, it's good to see actually.
And unlucky Wolves because now you've got a lot more fixtures, and I think that's going to be bad news for Wolves.
I think they'll be all right. I can't see them doing like a Burnley. I can't see them.
No, not that bad, but I think it's going to be a lot tougher season for Wolves next year.
It'll be a tougher
where they
season.
Embarrass me and sign ridiculous players in the summer. But at the moment, the way it looks, without having signed anybody, second season tougher because people know how they play. They're not going to get the same luck with injuries and settled squad. I think it's going to be tougher.
Yeah, I think one thing to point out is that they did also finish the season with a +1 goal difference, which is quite impressive for finishing 7th. Yeah. So they do need to strengthen, but I think they'll be okay.
But to keep this list going, so Fulham were next most reliant on one player, 41%. I had Mitrovic, who I can imagine wanting to stay in the Premier League. Bournemouth next reliant, again 41%. Callum Wilson, he's been spoken about. Rumour last summer was Chelsea, wasn't he? So I can imagine him maybe wanting that big move. He's 27 now. We've mentioned Glenn Murray. So there's a lot of players there, those top contributors that could feasibly need replacing very soon or not be at their clubs next season.
It's very interesting for I think an interesting one is Jamie Vardy because Leicester have been reliant on him for so long in terms of goals, and he is in a way sort of like one injury of losing everything he's got, hasn't he? Of that turn of pace on the last man and getting through the ball over the top, and it's going to be a big struggle to replace that. And yeah, well, good luck to Brendan Rodgers if it does happen, and hopefully, you never wish. I don't wish an injury on Jamie Vardy or anything, but if it does happen,
that's the kind of, because who was it? Was it John Barnes was manager at Celtic, that was the season that Henrik Larsson then suffered his really bad injury.
Yeah,
it all went absolutely tits up for him then. Yeah, and it could have been so different now for John Barnes as a manager because of that, and it can be just those things as a manager, but you lose that one key player due to injury, and then suddenly you're just you're fighting a losing battle, and it can all unravel then.
Yeah, definitely. It can be quite tough,
especially early in your career when you haven't got other records to back it up. It might be the end of your kind of managerial career at the start.
Very true. So, just while we're actually going through the Premier League teams, have you seen any kits for next year? This is about the time that kits start getting released, and anything's.
No, I haven't yet. I always think at this time it's always kind of like leaked kits, which I'm not really sure are going to happen. But
yeah,
so I normally wait for kind of official announced ones.
Yeah, some official ones have been announced now. So Man United's new kits have been announced.
Hit me. I'll have a look. Yeah.
Man United's got a new home kit.
Any sexy kits?
I can quite honestly say Southampton's home kit is one of the worst kits I've ever seen in recent history. It's their red and white stripes like normal, but then they have a big black box on top that goes over the shoulder.
Big black blob on top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate it. I hate the Southampton kit. The away kit looks quite nice with the black and then the gold or the yellow. Man United's kit, I'm not too sure on. It's celebrating the anniversary of '99 because it's 20 years, obviously, since we did the treble. And basically, what they've done is just take the badge off that old kit and put it onto this kit. And I don't really like the big black badge.
Oh no!
It looks very fake, like someone's got a badge.
It does look like
sewed it on.
Faked, yeah.
So not too much of a fan of that. I do love the goalkeeping kit though. Of Man United's new goalkeeping kit, the purple. It's a purple one, like Peter Schmeichel. It's based on Peter Schmeichel's purple and black or purple and dark blue kit that he had in '99.
Did we mention this on the pod, Dave? Over if a grown man owns a goalkeeping kit.
Yes, but I'm not going to buy it, Josh. I'm not going to buy the goalkeeping kit.
Oh yeah,
I just like it.
Yeah, of course.
So, although I might reinvent
myself. Do you have a new kit each year? Do you normally buy it?
No, I haven't bought a Man United. No, I haven't bought a Man United kit for. The last one I bought was the all black away kit, which must be 2 or 3 years old now. 3 years old, probably. Yeah.
Why is that? Is it because of expense, or you just won't wear it? What's your thoughts there?
It's more expense, really. It's more the expense of it, and they don't really change enough nowadays. Like, I was quite tempted to buy this year's Man United kit with the red and black bit at the bottom where it's like a faded thing. So I quite like that, and it was slightly different to kits we've had previously, but I just never got around to buying it. I might do now because it'll go on sale because the new kit's out. So
true.
But no, I've never really. I've always been a collector of other shirts from around the world where I've travelled, rather than actually buying Man United shirts, because they're always a bit more glamorous and different. So
yeah. I know. I always buy a shirt every year. But I very rarely wear it out the house. And so one of the few times of the house was a couple of weekends ago in Florida. So Spurs had obviously got through in the Champions League. And you thought, you know what, I'm going to wear this proud. And the amount of Americans who came up to me and talked to me about Spurs was insane.
Did they actually know what they were talking about?
I've never had anyone come up to... Yeah. They didn't come. Never have I ever anyone come up to you talk about Tottenham when wearing kit, because even frequently I've worn it out and might have worn it to football or something, and no one's ever gone, "Oh, Tottenham, mate." But honestly, probably 5-6 people, and I wore it out for a couple of hours. It was crazy.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's very good.
Made me feel like I was part of the team. It was like great results, and I was like, "Yeah, we did our best. Yeah, we're a pretty good side, aren't we?" Yeah, me and the boys.
Yeah. Oh, it's not about how I played; it was the team. That's what you need to say. The classic. Yeah.
No, I'm not as media trained as them.
Yeah.
I did outstanding, didn't I?
Yeah. Do you always buy the home kit?
Always home kit, yeah.
Like, are they not, especially where it's like all white? Are they not very, very, very similar every year?
Don't sound like you're kind of, I don't know, a kit racist saying they all look the same, Dave.
I'm not being a kit racist.
The difference between, you'd know.
Of course, I would know.
Difference between.
But does the missus ever say, well, that's just the same kit, isn't it? Just got a different badge on it, or a different year of a Premier League.
Oh yeah, if I put a kit on, she wouldn't be like, oh, the old 2011 one, eh? She'd be like, is that it? We should know the new one. I think she remembers the latest season. She's like, is that the newest kit? I'm like, no.
That's because it's the whitest, isn't it? It's just the whitest where it hasn't been accidentally thrown in the dark wash. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will buy it. I don't know. We'll see.
One team's kit I did see, and I liked the reasoning behind it. Well, have you seen Juventus's new home kit? They've got rid of the stripes.
It's black and white halves, isn't it now?
Yeah, because
when the players line up, it makes stripes.
No, it was. I think it was. Research showed that the American fans found it very similar to the referees in their sports, so they wanted to move away from that.
Oh God, Jesus, what a waste! What's that about? Tradition. Your club's got tradition of having black and white stripes. Just stick with the tradition. It's a nice kit. I do quite like it. But if that's the reason...
Do you not find that some teams' kits just won't ever look classy? Like, some teams' kits are classy, and I feel like some teams' kits, because of colours, I just don't think it ever... Like, I can't see a Watford kit ever looking top-notch because it's yellow and red.
Yeah, I quite like Watford's kit from this year. I did quite like it. But I know what you mean, but it's... yeah. What's wrong with it, to be honest? What's wrong with Watford's kit this year?
Yellow, black and red, just for me, I don't know, I don't think... It's a bit harsh for me.
Yeah, well...
I think part of it may be when you have... I don't know, the sponsors maybe make it seem like a bit cheaper or something. I like it when you have like brand recognition on it, and that's great. But
alright, so give us another kit then. Give us another kit that you don't like.
What I don't like.
Or traditionally, it's never going to be brilliant.
It's normally kind of lower league sides who play like Crystal Palace, even though it's colours which are synonymous with like which with good sides. It's never going to appeal to me.
See, I feel that about Brighton. Like, I find blue and white stripes really boring. Like, just really boring.
But I think it's also got a classy colour mix though.
Yeah, but do something different with it every so often. Don't like have... I don't know. I was just annoyed at Juventus for getting rid of stripes, but like, at least they're doing something different with their stripes. At least they're trying to do something different. I just think that was for the wrong reasons. If they're doing it because Americans think they might be referees or something ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts? Have you seen Chelsea's new kit?
I don't think. I haven't seen Chelsea's new kit.
So Google that if you've got
claret and blue though. I don't think that can ever be.
Okay.
Good.
Nah. No, they're quite clashy, aren't they? They always used to annoy me on old school Champ Manager when it flashed. Like, when Barcelona scored against me on Champ Manager. Used to annoy me.
I've just seen
the Chelsea
kit with lots of pattern.
Yeah, it is. That's the right one. There's a picture of Eden Hazard and N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
In it. Yeah. Not a fan?
And honestly, I thought there's a picture of it. You made me put this on the... I thought this was a picture of Eden Hazard and a couple of mascots because they look so small in comparison. But it's N'Golo Kante and Ethan and Padu next to him.
I'll edit that in. Yeah, I'll edit the image in. Yeah.
Because I just looked, and because Kante is he's like beneath his shoulder height because of where his position was. Like, oh no, he's just got a couple of mascots coming out of him, but no, that isn't N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, oh bless.
And because I only saw a glance, I thought Ethan, is it Ampadu?
Yeah.
I thought it was a female.
I thought it was a member of the female
team.
So look. Yeah. I thought that was a member of the female team when I first saw it.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we got bogged down there in a bit of a tangent on kits. So let's move this train along. Josh, let's review our predictions that we made at the beginning of the season for the Premier League. Or for the season as a whole. So,
always dangerous, isn't it, Dave?
It's
always dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So I'll kick us off and I'll go through...
But, I live on the edge.
Yeah, you do, Josh. Why not? We'll just let the podcast listeners believe that you live on the edge of life. Dangerous.
Dave, I have done a skydive.
You have done a skydive, yeah. How was that?
Yeah.
Recommend it?
Oh, such good fun. Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Do it now. Everybody go and jump from the sky now. That is brilliant.
With a parachute on.
With a parachute, and probably someone strapped to you so they can operate said parachute. Otherwise, it's probably a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. Right, so, we both get off in our Premier League placement predictions. We both got off to a very good start because we have Man City first, Liverpool second, and Spurs third. That's what both of us had. So, yeah, applause all round on that one. Then it gets...
Well, hold on, Dave. I don't want to break...
Oh, go on.
Spurs didn't actually finish third, so...
Did they not?
We finished fourth.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay, I was just about to pat myself on the back.
As if you didn't realise that. You're taking the mick on you, mate. You're just doing the old third in a 2-horse race gag.
Oh, Yeah, good times. Chelsea finished third, so we got that wrong. I had Chelsea to finish fourth. Who did you pick to finish fourth, Josh? I think you picked...
I was so wildly wrong here, because I picked Man United and they're absolute shite. So
yeah,
I don't know what I thought
exactly. And then I had Man United finishing in fifth and Arsenal in sixth, so at least I had those two, like, just the wrong way round. But you did have Arsenal finishing in fifth, so well done. A pat on the back for that.
Yes.
As they finished there.
Yep.
And then the bottom three was interesting. So we both got Cardiff and Huddersfield correct in the fact that they went down, but we didn't get any positions correct. We both said Cardiff would finish 20th, Huddersfield would finish 19th. So Huddersfield ended up being 20th and Cardiff were 18th. And who did you predict to be your last relegation spot, Josh?
I predicted a side who absolutely got smashed yesterday. I predicted Watford to finish in the bottom three. I based it on they had no identity. They had players were just kind of cobbled together like it was a mosaic. It was just I didn't think they had any kind of cohesion, and so I thought, you know what, you're going to struggle, and probably thought the manager was going to get sacked again because that's the way Watford do it. But they've proved me wrong.
Well, yeah, true. And to be fair, I picked the team that finished 1 point below Watford, which is Crystal Palace, to get relegated, and they've done pretty well. Obviously, I picked Crystal Palace because, well, they didn't have a striker, and then they went inside Batshuayi, who actually scored a few goals for them, which helped them out. And
oh, come on, Dave, don't give me that. They really didn't. That was just a poor choice. I mean, they had Hodgson in charge, who recovered well, and he was just a solid manager. They signed Batshuayi, but it wasn't exactly. He wouldn't. If you speak to any Palace fan going, Batshuayi saved your season, didn't he? They'd be like, no. Don't give me that.
Yeah, I saw them going. Obviously, I thought they'd go down, but yeah, happy to be proved wrong because I didn't want Roy to get relegated. So, I mean, I wouldn't have minded Troy Deeney getting relegated, but you know, yours didn't come true. So, but yeah, and then we had some other predictions as well, which Josh, I'll hand over to you. So if you go through them.
Yeah, so we then decided to pick a surprise package, and I picked Bournemouth, and they weren't overly surprising in truth because they finished 16th.
Well, hang
previously they'd finished
because you picked them to be.
They finished 14th. Sorry,
you picked them negative, didn't you? You picked them.
To clarify, I said I think Bournemouth, I think, were on a kind of up. They've been doing well, and I thought there was going to be I think they just thought you'd do better this season, but I thought they were going to do really badly this season, much worse than previous seasons. So I picked them as a surprise package to do badly. But they finished 14th, they previously finished 16th, 9th, 12th, so it's really kind of pretty standard. They had a surprise, I suppose that they had a surprise divide in their season, a really fantastic kind of first 10 games and a very, very average 28 games. But they weren't overly surprising, but I would say they really need to push on next year. They keep spending fair amounts of money on players, as we spoke earlier. They've already spent 13 million on a championship fullback, and probably more than other clubs around them. And they've had that solidity now. They've got the same manager who's got all of his own players.
Yeah,
he must have brought all of those players to the club now, so they should be playing peak Howe football now. And if they're not, it's only him to blame.
Yeah, I agree. I do think they've been a slight disappointment this season, but I don't think it's been a complete negative surprise package. So I'm not going to give you a point. But obviously,
Dave, your surprise
I predicted
package.
A surprise package.
Yeah.
Yes, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I'm delighted with that. I think everyone assumed they would do quite well, but did you think they'd finish this high up in 7th?
No, I don't think so. I thought that they'd probably be around mid-table, maybe like kind of 9th, 10th.
Okay.
But no, I think they've surprised me overall. As I said, they've had that stability, like same lineups consistently, which really helps. Obviously, it helps if they're good players, which they do have good players, and being able to name them consistently really is a benefit. Actually, one of my concerns was they didn't have a out-and-out goal scorer, and I thought it was covered earlier with his goal contributions. Raul Jimenez has done well. Diego Jota has done very well for a very young player whose first season in Premier League football was with most of his players. It was, they have surprised me. As I've mentioned, I'm standing by it. It's my early season prediction. think they'll have a much tougher year next year.
So get your money on Wolves to finish in the Europa League and also win the Europa League next year, listeners. Yeah, okay. And then we branched out. Oh no, we got top goal scorer as well, didn't we, in the Premier League?
Yes,
we both failed.
Did. And we both failed, and I think we can partly blame Harry Kane for this.
Because he didn't win it.
Injury, I think he was probably... Yeah, Harry Kane was predicted by both of us to be top goal scorer. And, I mean... He was forced to challenge for it, but then he was stupid against Man City in the Champions League and went into a rash challenge and sprained his ankle.
Yeah.
And so missed the rest of the season. So he stood no chance, and they instead won by the 3 African players who've all been managed by Jurgen Klopp.
Oh yeah, interesting. That's true. Yeah. So, and then we had one final prediction which took us away from the Premier League and focused on the Champions League. And wow, what did you say, Josh? Because I know I was horrendously wrong. So
yeah, so I predicted, and if this has come true, obviously I'd feel less guilt, and Man City to be on course to vie for the quadruple. I predicted City to win the Champions League, and it wasn't for the magic of Llorente's hip or VAR. I might be on course for a correct answer here, but you know what? As much as there is a little twang of guilt, I don't really care. But I got this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a point for this.
Very true. I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't get mine right because I predicted Juventus, and it would have been very nice if they had done it. But Allegri would still be in a job.
Love a little bit of Ronaldo.
I do love
That's
a bit
where
of Ronaldo.
It's coming from.
I do love a bit of Ronaldo. I read a very good quote. I'm reading Sir Alex Ferguson's biography again, autobiography again. Because I haven't read it in a long time. So
I have read that also.
Yeah, and there's a really good quote in it, and he was like, I can't pick who's the better player between Ronaldo and Messi, because relegating one of them to second place wouldn't feel right. And I think that's a very good way to sum it up with Ronaldo and Messi.
Nah, I think
I still would fight you about it, so... Verbally, not physically. Verbally.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, you bruise like a peach, don't you, Josh? So I wouldn't actually physically hate you.
Yeah.
So.
And
But
you'd
yes.
probably injure yourself.
Oh, of course I would.
So.
Of course I would. I mean, it's me. So, but yeah, okay. Was there any other predictions we had that have failed miserably?
Don't think so. Oh yeah, no, not that. I was going to make up something. No, I predicted an all English final for the European trophies.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
To
Okay.
get to the semis of the Nations League. So don't want to gloat or anything, but pretty spot on there.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations. So, the Champions League final ref has been announced. It's Damir Skomina.
Yes.
Do you know who he is? Have you?
Yes. Yeah, I know that he's refereed Liverpool five times before, and
he's the guy that gave us the penalty against PSG. Yeah, get him. Brilliant.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, the handball referee that gave the handball against PSG for Man United.
Can I ask, Dave, what do you think at the moment? If you had to say who do you think is going to win the Champions League final, how evenly?
Oh, I think it's quite balanced. I honestly think it is. I think in a one-off game, Spurs. I've got this niggling feeling that Spurs are going to win it in a one-off game, and I think. I just don't know why. I've just got this feeling that Spurs are going to win it, and I want Spurs to win it as well, and that's very rare in a neutral game for me, where I have a feeling that the team I want to win is going to win it. That's quite rare. So
the thing that's going through my head at the moment is that it does seem like we've been the luckiest team in this competition so far, and it just reminds me slightly of the Chelsea Champions League win under Di Matteo.
Yeah,
because so many times they should have gone out. And they didn't, and just the way that Ajax hit the post numerous times, and also we came back, and Man City we scraped through there, we scraped through the groups. We did really well against Dortmund, but we were down and out so many times in this tournament. It does seem like it does have some similarities with that Chelsea run.
I mean, it would also be very funny for Liverpool to do this well in a season and not win anything. I mean, that is brilliant if that happens.
It'd be like the best worst season ever, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I've got. I think it will be a close game. I think there'll be lots of goals. I think there'll be quite a good number of goals. But it's I have a gut feeling that Spurs are going to win it.
I honestly don't know what I'd do myself if we won that match. I know for sure I would not be sleeping that night. I would just be because I'll be so amped up I wouldn't be able to get to sleep.
Is it a Saturday night in the UK?
Yeah, Saturday 8 o'clock. Yeah,
because it's Sunday. It's 3 o'clock Sunday morning here. So, and
are you up for it?
What makes we've booked a table at the pub, but we're on strict orders from our manager that we're not allowed to drink too much. He's going to be with us because we've got our league title deciding game on the Sunday. Yes. So it'll be quite interesting, and it'll be literally to decide who finishes top of our division. So, and we all want to win the league, obviously.
Much like in the Turkish league.
Much like in the Turkish league. We've probably got a similar age group as well to players in the Turkish league.
Which are you the attaboy or of a group?
No, I'm probably like the fifth or sixth oldest. Like, I'm not even near the top. We've got older players than me, Josh. Yeah. We've got a 40-year-old, I think, playing for us. So.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like the Emre, but not racist, of the team. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay. So, well, Josh, you know what time it is now. We've done the predictions, a review of the predictions. I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey! So, I have just sent Josh his wiki file for the week, and he's just downloading it right now, hopefully. Yes, he is. There we go. And
I'm having a look.
Yeah, say what you see, and if you see it, say it.
Oh, you absolute...
When he said, have you got a wiki file ready before we started recording, all I could do was giggle, because I've given him a very, very difficult wiki file. Potentially. It depends how well he knows his players. I've even included a national team for you straight away, because I thought it was quite a tough one.
Yeah, because Emerson Boyce plays for
Barbados, was it? You get. Yeah, how have you got... Is it the national team that gave it away?
Yes, it is.
Bastard, I knew I shouldn't have included it in it. I thought it was really tough, so I'll give you the national team. You little git. Oh, you cheeky fucker.
Right, so I'll tell the listeners, viewers, readers what we can see. So, a youth career of Aylesbury Athletic and Luton Town. Doesn't really give me much. Then went on to, for 6 years, 186 appearances for Luton Town, scoring 8 goals. Then to Crystal Palace for a couple of seasons, 69 appearances, 2 goals. Then their main memory there is Wigan. So they went to Wigan for 6 years again, playing 263 games, 13 goals. Then finished it off with 1 season at Blackpool, 26 appearances. So when I saw this, and when I said it called Dave a Bastard, I was like, that is so blandly English. How on earth can I differentiate between anybody there? Someone's played 260 games for Wigan. I'm like, Christ, okay. But then the national team Barbados was in there. Dave's not normally so generous.
I know.
Normally that is a clue that is offered. And what I'm amazed at is that he's only got 12 appearances.
yeah. In a career that spanned 8 years for Barbados, and he played in the Premier League. Yeah.
I must be down to the amount of games they played or the timings of games that they were in Premier League season or something, because if you've got a Premier League player, I can't imagine that Barbados have too many.
Yeah, I can't believe that if you have a squad of 25 or 23 for every international game, I can't believe Emerson Boyce is number 25 or 26, who's on the fringes just getting in. But
no, and I'm trying to think of anybody else I can think of who's ever played for Barbados.
But there was a winger that used to play for Arsenal who now plays for someone like Southend. He's got a double barrel name. He plays for Barbados, but I can't remember him, so he's not obviously that famous. But yeah, any memories of Emerson Boyce? I have only got one that stands out in my mind, and it's going to be the photo that I put on the podcast as well. So
no, he kind of bombs on every. He was a kind of a wing back, full back, which kind of bombed on. I don't really have any real memory of him. It's mainly in a Wigan shirt. I remember. I don't remember Palace time or really Blackpool time.
Time, but it's the Wigan time is the one I remember. And there's one standout thing I remember about it is that he lifted the FA Cup for Wigan as captain.
Of course,
he was the captain on the day. So when they beat Man City in the final, he lifted the cup. So that's my memory of Emerson Boyce. But yeah, I was toying with it. Like I had two screenshots. One included the national team and one didn't. And I was like, I'll be generous. And I shouldn't have been. That will teach me. Always play by the rules.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
But so that is the wiki file. Sorry that Josh ruined it for those that play along. If I just saying who it was straight away. But I thought
maybe we should definitely stop doing that, because we've both done it a few times. We'll hold off so people can and we'll say got it, and then we'll talk it through.
Yes.
Lesson learned, listeners. Sorry about that.
That's good.
I thought when we mentioned Emre, I thought there was going to be a perfect mix there, and it was going to be Hugo Viana. I thought it was going to be before I saw anything. I was like, I wonder if do you remember Hugo Viana
for Newcastle? Did he used to play for Newcastle?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember him.
It was kind of he was a centre mid, left footed, same as Emre, and was talked about as being this kind of like, I think it was must be a similar time to when Spurs got held at Postiga. It was kind of like, this lad will come in, but really didn't do much.
Oh, you shouldn't have wasted him, Josh. He would have been an absolute brilliant one for a future episode, because he only made 39 appearances for Newcastle. Oh, in fact, I guess they wouldn't have all been in the Premier League either, so he might not have passed the Kana rule.
Would they not be in Premier League?
2002, 2006 he played for Newcastle. Did they not get relegated in that time? Oh, maybe they didn't. No, I don't think they did.
No, I don't remember. I think he would have been all Premier League. I remember him not a bit more, but I remember he went on to Valencia, didn't he?
Yes.
Probably in Unai Emery, Valencia, I'd imagine, around that time.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. He retired playing for Al Wasal.
He retired being wanting a lot of money, did he?
Yeah, in Dubai. So, yeah. And he was managed by Diego Maradona, I think. Oh no, he wasn't. He was there after Maradona. So
I'm sure there was an imprint left.
I'm sure there was, of cocaine. But yeah. So is there anything else you want to discuss, Josh? Or I think we're done for today.
I think we're done. Yeah.
Because normally we wrap up the quiz, but I smashed it out the door. So
you smashed the quiz. I smashed the wiki files.
Yeah.
And we didn't really smash our predictions. But
No, we pretty much failed our predictions. But we will be back next week to discuss the Champions League and Europa League finals, I think. Or is that in 2 weeks' time?
It's in 2 weeks' time. We'll be covering our highlights of the season next week, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay. We will. The highlights and lowlights of the season. And there'll be plenty of highlights for Josh, I imagine, and plenty of lowlights for me, given our respective teams' positions in the season. But you can find us on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
There's no A in football because some knobhead took that name, doesn't tweet from it. We asked Twitter to give it back to us and they said no. You can also find us on YouTube where the series started. That's where you can play along with the wiki files because the screens come up and you can see all the stats for yourself just in case you want to pause it so that one of us doesn't ruin it. You can just search for us on Football Talk and you can find us on Spotify and SoundCloud, and the best way to find us there is to search for Football Talk and scroll down a little bit and see our little green logo, or just search for Michael Ballsack and it will be the first hit that comes up if you want to damage your search history on the internet slightly. But thank you so much for listening. It's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
See you later, folks.